Hi guys, it's Chelsea.
And Chris.
And we are LBC Party
Party of
of Five. And today we're doing something a little different because we usually do not get anywhere near politics. But today we got to take it there because we are compelled to speak on an issue that is important not only to us but should be to the whole LGBT community.
What we're referring to specifically is the guidance that they had for trans youth, bathroom youth in schools, of that being rescinded. What that means, my interpretation of this rescinded guidance is just now that they had a clear plan of how to execute, equal treatment and equal protection for all students in schools, and now they've left it to individuals and individual states, and that could be tricky, especially if you're in a state where you're not as, what's the word? Accepting or, just faster paced. I mean, obviously different states you can see move a little different, whereas a state like New York, we're a little bit more progressive, California, Colorado, that kind of thing. But if you take like a state like Kentucky, I'm not sure where they would fall on the scale as far as trans rights basically.
And to me, this is no surprise to me. I kind of expect this from 45. But what really, to me, this is the start of a very
slippery slope.
Right.
Very slippery slope.
Because once if he's able to be successful on doing this, that's going to start a whole chain effect on how our community is going to be discriminated against. And I'm not just talking trans, I'm talking the whole, because let's face it, we've been trying so hard as a community to move forward and progress, and we're finally making strides to do that.
Right.
The minute that they're able to successfully take away one, all the rest are going to fall.
But our rights, it's never been a easy journey for us. Starting from Stonewall, it's always been a fight, and yes, it's been easier, with certain help that we had along the way, but now we're getting back to our roots, how we were born and raised, pretty much, fighting, scrapping for every inch that we get. My issue is with the fact that it's targeting the trans youth, where especially in a time where high school is brutal. It was brutal
for any kid.
It was brutal for me. I stayed in the closet because I didn't want to. I didn't have the support system, and I wasn't brave enough to do what the trans youth are doing now. I look up to trans youth, that they're part of the reason why I started my transition. I always felt like, oh wow, you're 15 and you're on T, that's really cool. I wish I did something like that when I was younger. So, they gave me strength to live my truth, and for them to be targeted like this,
it's disgusting. It pisses me off. There's a lot of words that I want to use, but I'm trying to keep this.
Right. It definitely makes me uncomfortable, because I just feel like there's the transphobia, just the gay fear. I also feel is the real root of this whole bathroom issue. I really do believe that, because they're trying to spin it as, oh, would you want your daughter in the bathroom with the man in the dress, when they don't truly understand what being trans means, and not just in a general sense, but to that individual person, because we're so used to going into the bathroom and being persecuted. For us to go ahead and have an assault, like Chelsea was saying off camera before we started, how many assaults have been perpetrated by a trans individual against a cis person that was not in self-defense.
I'm sure
There are
it may
some
have happened because
cases,
there's always,
yeah. Right,
there's
exceptions
always
to the
exceptions to
rule.
the rules. But how many times have anybody heard that? Opposed to how
Right.
many times, dare I say, a white man be going into following a girl into the bathroom and doing what he wanted with her. A pedophile, a predator is going to attack
Right.
regardless,
That's
whether
what it
it's
is.
against the law or not. That's going to happen just
Right.
because they're sick. They're the ones that are sick, not the transgender, not the gay. We're not sick. This is not a mental illness.
Right.
There is nothing to fear.
Right.
On the end of the people that don't understand this.
Right.
These people need to get educated because they obviously do not know what transgender means. They don't.
Right.
I don't know if it's because they don't care to know, or they're just being run by fear. But I don't know. That's still, I don't understand that, because if there's something that I'm afraid of, I want to know everything about it. So I'm gonna educate myself. These people need to educate themselves. Period.
I think it's a fear that they can't. I don't think that they can recognize the fear in themselves. I've heard the argument, I don't want my 16-year-old daughter using the bathroom in school and then, being peeing next to a 16-year-old boy who feels like a girl that day. That's not.
It's not how it works. You don't just feel that you're trans one day and then wake up the next day and you're not. That's not.
Right. And even if a male were to enter the female bathroom, that's a major step for that male to do. That takes a really strong man to go into the female bathroom, because there's that female fear. There's that, oh, girls, that kind of fear. Am I expressing that correctly? But men are afraid of the female bathroom. Like, they're like, oh, it's like a different energy. And I've been, like, in college, I've been on the bathroom line with, gay males, and they don't have an issue in the female bathroom. Everybody's just trying to pee. Like, we don't have time for that. You know what I mean? And how, my question is, how are they going to, well, how are you going to sort who can use the female bathroom and who can use the male bathroom?
And it shouldn't even be. I see where you're going with this, but it still shouldn't even be based on how passable you are.
Right, and that's another discriminatory, underlying fear too. Like, people are being judged on how well they pass.
It just makes me sick, y'all.
Right, because if everybody who was trans could pass, there would be no bathroom issue. But
you wouldn't know.
Right, because some people choose to express their gender identity in different ways, just because it's not to your standard. Now they're a target. Now they're the outliers.
I still don't understand how this is anybody else's problem. Like, why is this on your agenda? Why is this something that you know what I mean? I don't understand. I don't understand it.
Why is this taking precedence over other issues? I'm not quite sure. But for trans youth, I just really want to express, my gratitude for your strength, your bravery. Just remember that you are enough. People are here that are pissed off about what's going on, and I definitely don't want anybody who is just trying to find their way and just trying to express themselves, just trying to be and just trying to make it. Like, you got to give them that freedom just to do that. I don't think that's a freedom that should be taken away by anyone.
Encroached on, or discriminate, or a reason to discriminate against you. Like, that's
right.
This should not be the world that we're living in today.
Right. And what kind of bathroom? It's not see-through stalls. The walls ain't see-through. They don't have an issue with the male bathroom, but there's just a whole line of urinals. That's not an issue. But a female bathroom with stalls and doors, that's an issue. Because it seems more like this is targeted towards the female restroom and not necessarily the male restroom. There are stalls. And there's toilet paper.
I'm stupid.
So...
But we did want to get on here and just share our feelings about the current trans issues that we're challenged with today. But ultimately know that we are not giving up as ourselves, LBC Party of Five. We are not giving up. We're never going to stop fighting, and we as an LGBT community are going to continue to fight for your rights, because you are valued, you are loved, and you are perfect just the way that you are.
What she said. Alright guys, we'll see you next time.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye guys.